Let's just be real, fella. While you out fucking these, while your woman pregnant,
right?
At some point, you come back and fuck your woman, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah. Every spirit that got you just imparted and departed into your woman. Every demon, every wild thought, every trauma, you go back and take that and lay that with your woman.
Whoa, what is going on? Wait a minute. We started the video strong. I be trying to find the most cockeyed pictures of Charleston White. When I do something about him, don't worry. I'm going to hit y'all with something. But anyways, look, y'all already know what's going on, man. Let's get right into it. This may be like compilation. First half might be kind of a good bit of Charleston White, right? That clip, I'm about to play the entire thing. Now, I wasn't meaning to like do that much on Charleston White in this video, but I came across that clip, and y'all know, Charleston is a character when he's a character. I know y'all call him controlled opposition, all kind of stuff, but he says a lot of real things, when he really wants to. That clip, something we've talked about many times on the channel, but it's something that always needs to be spoken on. And, I like to play it. It doesn't have to be Charleston White. Anyone who talks like that about trading spirits with your partner and so on, people need to hear it, no matter who's talking about it. And he just so happened to talk about it in the sense of a woman being pregnant and men going out and, stepping out on their woman because she pregnant. She don't want to do all that all the time. Or she done hit that stage where it just ain't comfortable. You just don't want to do it. And man, when I heard that, it is crazy because so many men cheating on their women when they pregnant, and you bringing them spirits to her womb. You bringing them spirits to that child, whether you're trained in the spirit or in the knowledge of the spirit world, you're doing it, unknowingly. It's happening because you lack discernment. You lack that understanding. You have no connection to God. You don't have any of that going on. So, you willing to go cheat. You willing to go trade spirits while your woman pregnant, and you going back in your woman, or say she do allow you to have relations with her, have sex with her while she's pregnant. Man, I couldn't believe it. Look, I don't want to talk too much. I'm going to go ahead and jump back into the clip. But also, I do want to get into some stuff from the Tasha K interview that she just did a couple days ago with Charleston White. And they were talking about some interesting stuff with Charlie Kirk and how he knew Charlie and Charlie Kirk's family before all of, the murder and all that good stuff. He was already linked in with them because of a certain family who was of, Fluish descent. And I thought some of the stuff that he was talking about was very interesting. But before we get to that, check out the rest of this clip. Thought it was very powerful. And yeah, man, we're going to get into a little bit more. Check this out, y'all.
Let's just be real, fella. While you out fucking these, while your woman pregnant,
Right.
At some point, you come back and fuck your woman, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah. Every spirit that got you just imparted and departed into your woman. Every demon, every wild thought, every trauma, you go back and take that and lay that with your woman. So what's the difference?
Oh, Lord.
And your baby too now. Because sex is a spiritual thing. You transfer spirits. So y'all lay down and exchange spirits. So her molester spirit, the abusive, all those spirits that got, you go take it home to your woman and leave it with her, with your baby. So now while your baby trying to develop and nurture into that womb, you done put these spirits in this baby. So now these spirits is attached to this baby, waiting for this baby to be born while you try to change your life. And now this baby got to battle these spirits that you done left in the womb, because the womb is sacred, especially when the baby in it. Damn. So you not withstanding yourself from other women while she pregnant. So why you tripping about what she doing?
You don't think a woman, okay, you talk
I don't try to think what a woman is supposed to be doing. I want to better myself as a man.
Now, the craziest part about that clip, dude in the background said, of course. He was like, Charleston White said, after y'all, step out on your woman while you're pregnant, you come back and have sex with her, don't you? But he said, of course. That just goes to show you how much the average person has no idea what's going on in the spirit. That goes to show you. Boy said, of course. He said, oh yeah, I go get all the spirits I can and I come back and I put them in my wife. You might as well have said that. And I also put it in my baby. And that's how, that's almost in a sense how you carry and continue on them curses without even knowing until your child. Now your child growing up with, spirits attached and they going through certain things at a young age, and you have no idea why. It's because of what you were doing when she was pregnant. Now, obviously, it could be vice versa, from a woman to a man, but we're not talking about that in this situation. I think the biggest part is while, the baby is in the womb. I just thought that was a great clip to listen to start this video with. But let's go ahead and get into some of this interview that he recently did on Tasha K. And like I said earlier, he kind of goes in on, some of the Charlie Kirk stuff and how he knew Charlie Kirk. Some of the stuff I didn't know. I didn't know he knew Charlie Kirk and his family beforehand. So I thought it was interesting to play. So with that being said, y'all, check this out.
So let me ask you something, because I noticed you had lost a lot of comedy shows behind your Charlie Kirk comments. You were close to the family.
Yeah. So yeah, real close with by way of the Stein family, another Jewish family.
So Charlie Kirk is Jewish.
I don't know what he is. But I know he said something against Israel. Yeah, well let me
Yeah, go ahead.
So let me just say this.
Your affiliation.
So Alex Stein, I would do the prime time with Alex Stein show, which is a very conservative Trump buddy. Yeah. So I'm in that circle. When Aiden Ross done the interview with Trump, I was supposed to be there, but I was out on bond and couldn't pass a Secret Service clearance. So initially, I spoke positive. When Aiden called me on Discord and Kick, I was like, oh man, that's sad to hear. So I vaguely remember being on Alex Stein's show for maybe 30 seconds with Charlie Kirk. After he died, I started seeing videos, looking at him. I spent all night researching because people were saying he was like me, that he was a black Charlie Kirk. So I was fascinated by that. I looked at him and said, nah, he ain't like me because he ain't saying nothing to white folks. And he arguing with kids. I'm on the line arguing with gangsters and street. He's using black crime statistics. What about white crime statistics? Because they lead to packing some numbers too. Child molestation. They lead to packing that. Mass shootings, which is what the country's talking about. So the next day, I'm seeing everybody in the media saying that you cannot say nothing about him. So I'm saying, well, this is the same party, because I'm a conservative who just so happened to vote Republican. I used to be a rock star in the Republican Party of Texas and the Tarrant County GOP Republican Party. I used to be a rock star. I was selected to campaign with Donald Trump to 3 key battleground states, his first run. So I'm their baby. I'm the conservative baby. During the inauguration, Trump, I performed in D.C. the day of the inauguration when everything shut down and had a hell of a show. Shout out to Trump for that, by the way. So So I'm thinking, okay, we free speech, right? Republicans, we free speech, because this is what they've been saying. They're trying to take our free speech. That Mark Zuckerberg was trying to silence Trump. The big social media text is trying to take free speech. So let me see if they can take this free speech, because they were happy when I was bashing George Floyd's daughter and him. They were happy when I said something about the dead rapper's daughter. So white folks used to love when I go in on black. So okay, let me see if they can take it. And I strategically did this. And I saw they couldn't take it. And I'm willing to lose whatever for my rights. So I know can't nobody counsel me, because who opened the door for me? I made y'all stop, look, and listen. And you'll stop, look, and listen tomorrow. And I know most Americans, because of their conditions and situations and the relationships they in, have offended the people in their lives, right? So how you feel to hold this against me? You'll be over it in a week. That's why during police,
48 hours.
That's why I say, I said by Thanksgiving they're gonna forget Charlie Kirk. Within a week, they forgot about Charlie Kirk. I don't hear about it no more.
Where's the shooter?
He ain't the shooter. They just needed him for what they just needed to use him.
Who do you think is the shooter?
The same people that killed JFK. Kirk was a puppet. So they tried to make me the same thing Charlie Kirk was, long before I came to the internet. So, I was one of the best black faces that the Republican Party and conservatives had to come out and talk to the niggas, not the blacks. They wanted to use me like the Democrats use Megan Thee Stallion and Gorilla to go perform, to come talk to the police and get them over here. And I do a good job of it. So Charlie Kirk was groomed, propped, and invested in by an older white conservative who needed the conservative talking points to go into the colleges and indoctrinate the minds of young people. And he was perfect for it. So every debate was on a college campus with somebody who was either newly into college or under the age of 25 with an undeveloped brain.
You gotta get them before they develop.
There you go. Because what? All people know that indoctrination starts in the classroom.
The LGBTQ doesn't.
There you go. So you fight fire with fire. Everybody is targeting their children except black people, intentionally. Targeting the minds of children.
Yeah, we don't play about our kids.
Now, what really got me invested and, made me bring this clip to the channel was, he started talking about Charlie Kirk being groomed, propped, and invested in. Briefly talked about Charlie Kirk going against Israel. And if you are groomed, propped, and you're basically a puppet, that means you're being controlled. The money that they put into Turning Point, the money that they've invested in you to, promote a certain agenda, like he said, get on these college campuses, debate kids, indoctrinate kids before they're able to think for themselves, which is something we talk about a lot on the channel that deals with everything. Even, we talk about it the most with music and how it's used. But it goes to show you that it's even being used politically to indoctrinate kids. And then Tasha K said, yeah, the LGBTQ community, they do it as well. This is why all of your kids are starting to see shows and Disney and Netflix and all of these shows with, stuff that they shouldn't be seeing at such a young age. It's just indoctrination before you have the mind and the mental to actually think for yourself. I've always said since I had a YouTube, they don't care about us. You're grown, you're over 25 years old. If you're listening to me right now, they don't care about you. You've already chose your way. You are who you are. Your mind is set. They care about the kids. And I like how he worded that. He said Charlie Kirk was perfect for it until he wasn't. So if that is a puppet, as in Charlie Kirk, that they created, and he started, going against things, getting off script, talking about Epstein files, pushing for that, going against Israel, denying money, certain funds, then they took their puppet off the world stage. It pretty much, it makes sense. And that's why now his willing supposed wife, evil looking wife, is now taking over, and she will follow script the way that they wanted Charlie to the entire time. So them propping him up, grooming him up, they easily took him off the scene. And I like what he said about, that he wasn't the guy, Tyler Robinson wasn't the shooter. He said it's the same people that killed JFK. And he said that with a straight face, no smirk, no nothing. It just got silent after he said that. But it made a lot of sense. I mean, ever since this Charlie Kirk thing happened, I mean, we talked about it a lot, even going back to, the influence that Israel has on our country, them basically owning America and a bunch of your favorite celebrities and politicians and so on. I mean, we could just take it back to Floyd, I can't read Mayweather, who got up on that stage and was, like pledging his whole life, I'm 100% for Israel. But we know he's been on that wave since 2022?
Looks like when it's wrapped in compassion. This is what real friendship sounds like when it becomes action. As the great Martin Luther King once said, peace for Israel means security, and that security must be a reality. Floyd understands this. Floyd understands this and has stood with Israel in its hour of need. He has stood with the Jewish people when too many other celebrities and political leaders found excuses to look away. Even worse than that, we've seen politicians who claim to look out for us, but the facts on the ground are different. Have you ever heard the term Shomer Israel? To be a Shomer Israel, a guardian of Israel, is not a birthright. No one is handed that title. You earn it through action, through sacrifice, through standing up when tested. Floyd Mayweather is the real Shomer Israel. There are Fairweather friends, and there are Mayweather friends. Champ, when others might have stepped back, you stepped forward. When others stayed silent, you raised your voice. You have shown us that loyalty is a privilege and brotherhood is a responsibility. So it's now my great honor to present the World Champion of Israel Award to our brother, our champion, and the undefeated defender of what is right. You have been the greatest friend to Israel and the Jewish people. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating the World Champion of Israel Award to Floyd Mayweather.
Bobby, first I want to say thank you. You've been nothing but a father-like figure, a gentleman, a big brother, and a special person. Jonah. When I first met Jonah, I never knew where our relationship would end up. But you have always been a stand-up person, a great guy, a great friend, and a brother that can never be replaced. We hear certain things, we hear so many different things out here in the world about Floyd Mayweather. But one thing about Floyd Mayweather, I'm loyal. And loyalty is not an action, it's a lifestyle. So if I'm with you, Jonah, I'm with you through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And to those that's watching and has never been to Israel, it's one of the best places in the world. No matter where I travel to around the world throughout the years, I will always make that pit stop in Israel.
People like Floyd, who, probably they deep in his pockets, you know what I'm saying? They get, I mean, it's right there. If you can get, it just goes to show you the power that they have even over someone like Floyd Mayweather. a boxer, LeBron James, your favorite athletes, like I said, your favorite politicians. I mean, it goes to really show you the influence that they have over this country and some of the most richest, powerful people. I mean, behind the curtain, man, is a lot of things that we don't know that's going on. But anyways, y'all, I thought, that was pretty, interesting clip to bring to the channel. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that one. And I think I'll cut it right here. I was going to add some more clips to this one, but, we'll be back on it tomorrow, man. So with that being said, y'all already know what's going on, man. It's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.